Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, girls and boys, boys and girls, welcome back. Welcome back to our channel, Inspirational Minutes with David. And yes, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, let you know when the channel is on. Hit the bell notification, let you know the channel is on. Inspirational Minutes with David. Our topic today, listen, very serious. Some news came upon my news feed the other day. Yesterday, by the way. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, helps our channel to grow. Had to say that again because, we're about growing. We're about growing this year. We're going to grow. Nothing will stop us from growing. Nothing will stop us from evolving. It's going to happen. It will happen. I already put it out in the universe. It's going to happen. So, some great news came upon my news feed yesterday. They were asking me, they said, David, did you hear about it? I was all at work, people coming to me, said, have you heard about what the Supreme Court did? Because we're trying to help you people see a little clearer. Yesterday, published Thursday, January 13, 2022, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. In black bold letters, Supreme Court blocks the president's mandate for businesses to allow healthcare workers rule. The Supreme Court on Thursday blocked the Biden administration from enforcing its sweeping test requirements for large private companies. But the conservative majority court allowed mandate to stand for medical facilities that take Medicare or Medicaid payments. The OSHA mandate required that workers and businesses with 100 or more employees get or submit a negative C coconut test weekly to enter the workplace. So, the list go on and on. The subject of the matter, the games that they have been playing, the video games that they have been playing. Yeah, on that level, it's a game. They're playing with the people of America. They're playing with the people of the world. So, remember who you are. Remember who you are. And I come up with this subject because I was watching a YouTube channel, Ed War. I think it's EDWAN, something like that. But he was talking about lost civilizations, cathedrals, how we had free energy, how the people was in one, and then it was a great reset. It was about cathedrals and cities that were built many moons ago, but the detail of the buildings, the detail of their artwork, the detail was so perfect. It had to be a species that was a lot more intelligent, bigger at all levels, not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, bigger than who we are today. Remember who you were. So, if you've seen it, you will be aware of these ancient, beautiful cities. They provide free energy back then. They had free energy and heat. Many have figured out that they were cathedrals with broadcast frequencies. So, why is all this been seen now? Why is so much calamity happening globally? Why? Now, what do you family, what do you remember. What do you remember? Let me explain. You, yes, you, watching our channel. You are watching the channel. You're here for a reason. You may not remember at this time, but you will if you keep watching and growing and evolving with us on Inspirational Minutes with David D. Fly, Optician. And this is all you need to do, is keep evolving. This is called an activation right now. I'm activating some things within you. And here's what I can remember. Here's what I remember. This place is a self-contained electromagnetic environment. Humans, animals, and all of nature will program along with these ancient original buildings. All is a giant computer. We all are giant computers. We all have a motherboard within our brains. The human brain itself is the most powerful quantum computer there is. And every attempt, every endeavor, every attempt to build another is to require what we hold within us naturally. Your thoughts are far more powerful than you can realize. And in the recent past, we were being harvested collectively to create a reality that's not even beneficial to us. And when we live in harmony, our DNA, I talked about that a few videos ago, about the origins of about the DNA, the written code of the Most High. Written within you, it says that you are the Most High. You are within the Most High. The Most High is within you. So when we live in harmony, our DNA was intact at that time. It was intact properly. And we could do things that we only dream of today, such as teleportation. Live for hundreds and hundreds of years. You read the holy books. You read the books. We used to do that. But when the melting and when the reprogramming, when the resetting occurred, we were separated from ourselves. Remember who you are. Our DNA was modified. And this is what is referred to as junk DNA. Do you truly believe in this perfectly orchestrated environment there will be explained junk DNA within us? Do you believe that? So what happened? What caused the entire system to short circuit? What happened? I should have all of you so-called computer geeks attention by now. The so-called computer geeks, I should have your attention right now. What fries any computer? I would like to insert that I actually have very little computer education. Yeah, I have degrees. I'm pretty book smart, but computer smart. Now, you computer geeks, I should have your attention right now. I should have your attention right now. Everything I know comes directly from my connection to our Creator. Remember, there's nothing new under the sun. Only thing that his story do, her story, his story do, only thing that it does is repeat itself. Now the answer is a virus. The actual word I'm giving here is malware. Malware. And I was blown away to see what it was. And I looked it up. malware. Look it up. Blow your wig away as well. You see, I'm not claiming to have all the answers. And what I'm telling you is that I remember this. I truly remember who I am. I didn't read any of it or steal anyone's ideas. I just remember who I am. I remember. I finally remember who I am and my role in all of this. You see, those of us here now are created for this. if you are reading your history, if you are involving, if you are researching who you are, you will remember who you are as well. Because you had a role in all of this as well. I'm the being who programmed the human reproduction system. I am here to help reseed. All of us are here. I mean, tell me, you never observed science? Well, tell me that you never observed the science? You know what you trust. The people nowadays, they trust television. They trust the media. They trust the tabloids. They trust the politicians, the influencers, the doctors, the pharmaceutical companies. And what to guess the common theme is, I'll tell you right now. They all benefit from your sickness. Pharma cashes in on your chronic illness, and the rest of them on pharma's payroll. Big pharma's payroll. Big pharma's payroll in one way or another. Be it lobbying, advertising, campaigning, swindling, scamming, scheming through government agencies, just to name a few. Stop saying that you trust the signs and remember who you are. Remember who the hell you are. Because you wouldn't even recognize the sign if it slapped you right in your mouth. You see, one thing about the so-called science, they don't want you to evolve. They do not want you to be wise. They'll call you loco or crazy because you possess the gift of seeing things differently. And that bothers them. They don't want you to reason or question anything. They'll call you selfish because you discovered that your inner job is the most imperative thing in your life. And that doesn't work for them because you take away their power to intimidate you. They'll call you rare. They'll call you rare because you're thinking differently and because you act out of the ordinary. And you are a little bit extra in front of ordinary. You're an extraordinary person because you think outside the box. And that doesn't benefit them. They want you ignorant, dumbed down, limited, and submissive. And they'll call you strange. They'll call you strange because you create your own reality and your own way of living, your own way, your own story. You write your own story. You have your own taste, your own way. And that doesn't suit them well. And they'll hate you that you are free and that you don't depend on them. They'll call you a conspirator because you saw the control and manipulation. They tried to exercise the systems against you. And that, guess what, people? Guess what? That scares them. It scares them. They don't want you to wake up. They want you to stay asleep. They want you to stay asleep, wandering, sleepily, walking through life. They don't want you to wake up. They'll call you dangerous because you came out of the mold and don't do the same things as the masses, you know. And that despises them. They despise that type of behavior because they want you like a programmed robot, an obedient slave and robot, just walking around following orders. Walking around following orders with the proverbial banana, plastic banana in your face, going back and forth with the blinders on. We talked about that last year. So they call you illusion. They say you have many illusions because you believe more in yourself and for the falling and more in yourself and following your conscience by going outside the box and not being obedient to what they want you to be, a robot and a slave. They say you're delusional. And that doesn't please them because their deceptions, and damage will have no effect on you. No effect on you. And they will call you a rebel. You know, they'll call you, I love when they call me a freaking rebel. rambunctious. I don't follow no rules. I don't follow the rules they want us to follow. No, I don't. I'm a critical thinker. I am evolving. And I question the why. So they're going to call you a rebel. They're going to call you a rebel for disobeying, for not letting them trample or not letting them trample upon you and on you and not feeling afraid. And it hurts them. It hurts them because they can't control you or manipulate you. And they're going to call you prosperous because you created your own method of reading and writing. And they'll call you arrogant because you are evolving. They will call you arrogant when you mention that you vibrate in such a different dimension. And you're going to be tagged in so many ways because no sect, no religion, no court, no elite, no state, no country, no group of power wants you to be wise, which goes against the foundations of all societies and systems. Now, if people are wise, then they cannot be exploited. If people evolve and question the why, if they question the why they're doing the things that they have us doing, they cannot be manipulated. And if they are conscious, they cannot be forced to live mechanically like a freaking robot and be treated like cattle or little small eye robots. Remember, you are the sheep. The black sheep. Not they're the sheep. You're the black sheep. The one that doesn't follow the rules or criteria of the masses. The wise love freedom. They rebel with wisdom. They are a threat and become very dangerous. Dangerous to the system. Dangerous to those in power. Dangerous to the ways of the 1% that they want us to go. Dangerous to the materialistic religions. Dangerous to the states. Dangerous to all kinds of exploitation, oppression, suppression, and deception. They even sound dangerous to the obedient society, entertaining, sleepy, and without judgment. They don't want you to be wise. The higher your level of consciousness, the less you'll be understood, the less you'll be overstood, the less you even be understood, hated, ridiculed, rejected, and tagged as crazy or a weirdo. You see, listen, people. Listen, family. Waking up is like this. But that's the sign that you're making. And you're on the right path. You are on the right path. You are on the right path. You're on the right path. The games are over when you come into your awakening. They can't play these little games on you anymore. And there's no greater privilege than to do the will of the Spirit. There's nothing greater than that. When you're your own man, when you are your own one woman, there's no greater spirit and privilege than that. Deep peace has come to you. You are the change that's needed right now. You are the divine essence of everything. I was getting ready for work earlier today, and I noticed I had a message, and it said Google quickly reset screen results for mass formation psychosis at the bombshell Dr. Malone Joe Rogan interview. Might want to check that out. Good friend sent that to me. It said Dr. Robert Malone. I have to say this. I have to give you this information before we leave. Dr. Robert Malone, the virologist who invented the mRNA technology used in the coconut injection, spoke of a fantastic phenomenon while on Joe Rogan's podcast regarding the large swath of humanity who have been induced into a semi-permanent hysteria over the establishment constant coconut propaganda called mass formation cyanosis. Now, Malone explained to Rogan how the German people in the 1920s through the 30s, during Adolf Hitler's rise to power, went barking mad. They went barking mad from mass formation cyanosis. Now, when you have a society that's become decoupled from each other, spread apart, social distancing, and has free-floating anxiety in the sense that things do not make sense, we can't even understand it. And then their attention get focused by leader a series of events on one small point, just like hypnosis, Malone said. And these are his words. They literally become hypnotized, mesmerized, and can be literally led anywhere. Now, the Malone-Rogan interview and subsequently the term mass formation cyanosis went viral and began trending on social media over the New Year's weekend, prompting search engine giant Google to step in to blunt its spread. They don't want you to know that type of information. They will keep you dumbed down and stupid. They will keep you like a robot. They will keep you led straight right off to the cliff of abyss. Now, it looks like the results are changing quickly. Google states upon searching mass formation cyanosis, turns out that the reliable sources Google is now referring for its top results, including an obscure YouTube video of a blogger calling for Spotify to shut down Joe Rogan over his interview with Malone. The game is dirty. The game get real nasty, people. Malone's Substack page describes in more depth mass formation cyanosis, also called crowd cyanosis. The conditions to set mass formation cyanosis include lack of social connectedness and sense-making, as well as large amounts of latent anxiety and passive aggression. And when people are flooded with a narrative that presents a plausible object of anxiety and strategy for coping with it, then many individuals group together to battle the object with a collective single-mindedness. This allows people to stop focusing on their own problems, their own concerns, avoiding personal mental anguish. Instead, they focus all their thought and energy on this new object. Now, as mass formation progresses, the group becomes increasingly bonded and connected. Their field of attention is narrowed, and they become unable to consider alternative points of view. Remember who the hell you are. Leaders of the movement are revered, unable to do no wrong. Left unabated, a society under the spell of mass formation will support a totalitarian government, a government structure capable of otherwise unthinkable atrocities, unthinkable madness, unthinkable sins against the people in order to maintain a compliance. And then a note, mass formation is different from groupthink. There are easy ways to fix groupthink by just bringing in dissenting voices, people who don't agree with what the groupthink are thinking, and making sure you give them platforms. Now, and it isn't so easy with mass formation though, people. Even when the narrative falls apart, cracks in strategy clearly aren't solving the issue. The hypnotized, mesmerized crowd, they can't even break free of the narrative. This is what appears to be happening right now with the Coconut 91. You know what I'm talking about. This is what appears to be happening with the Coconut 91. The solution for those in control of the narrative is to produce a bigger and bigger and bigger lies and prevarications to prop up the solution. To prop up the solution. Those being controlled by the mass formation no longer are able to use reason, critical thinking skills to break free of the group narrative. Now, given the similarities between mass formation cyanosis and the current issue, the current state of the world under the coconut tyranny. The coconut tyranny. It's unsurprising. Google will take a page out of George Orwell's 1984 and become a true ministry of truth by censoring and suppressing, stopping concepts themselves in real time. People in real time. In a bid to maintain the establishment of the coconut narrative. Tupac, one of my favorite rappers, he had this quote. I had to drink on this one, man. This is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. He had a quote that says, "Such a dirty game. Remember who you are." And let me tell you how the mind works. And we're going to end this thing today. Because I'm getting a little excited. I'm getting a little bit disturbed myself by this news I get. But I have to share it with you. Do your research about the subjects that we talk about. Number one, how the mind works. Think good and good will happen. Think evil and evil will follow. All day long, you are what you think. Number two, the subconscious mind does not argue with you except what the conscious mind decrees. Number three, you have the ability to choose. Choose health and happiness. You can choose to be friendly or sympathetic. You can be helpful, cheerful, cordial, friendly, and everyone will respond accordingly. This is the best way to develop a wonderful personality. Like myself, I say, I'm all those things at once sometimes. Number four, the conscious mind is a guardian. Their primary function is to protect the subconscious from false impressions. Make up your mind to believe that something good can happen, and it's happening right now. Your greatest power is the ability to choose. Choose happiness and prosperity. Remember who the hell you are. Number five, other people's suggestions and statements have no power to hurt you. How many times I got to tell you that? The only power lies in your mindset. You can decide to reject, repudiate the thoughts and statements of others, and affirm the good. You have the power to decide how you will react to it. Number six, be careful. Be careful what you say. He or she will have to answer for every idle word. Never say, I'll fail. Never say, I will lose my job. I will lose my job. I'm going to fail. I can't pay the rent. The subconscious doesn't take a joke. The subconscious makes all things happen. The subconscious, the truth is always in the joke with the subconscious. And don't ever forget that. Number seven, your mind is not wrong. No force of nature is bad. It all depends on how you use the powers of nature. Use your mind to bless. Use your mind to heal. Use your mind to inspire all people everywhere. Number eight, never say, I can't. Master fear, fake expectations appearing real by replacing it with the following statement. Listen, I can do anything through the power of my subconscious mind. Again, I repeat, never say I can't. Master fear by replacing it with the following statement I just said. I can do anything through the power of my subconscious mind. Number 9, start thinking from the eternal truths and principles of life and not from the standpoint of fake expectations appearing real, which is fear, ignorance, and superstition. Get away from all that goofy stuff. And don't let others think for you. Hell, we got enough of that going on right now. Pick your thoughts and make your own damn decisions. Number 10, you are the commander of your soul, the subconscious mind, which is your soul, and the master of your destiny. Remember, you have the ability to choose. You have the ability to choose. Choose life, choose health, and choose happiness. Number 11, the last one, 11. Whatever the conscious mind assumes and believes to be true, the subconscious mind accepts and seeks to achieve. Believe in good luck, divine guidance, and right action, and all the blessings will be appeared and focus and appeared into your life. If you made it this far in our video, hit the subscribe button again, hit the bell notifications, hit the like button, share the video, helps the channel to grow. You have any questions, concerns, please ask the Fly Optician. My name is David, the Fly Optician. I love me because I love you. And when you love you, you will love me. Think positive, stay conscious, believe, and do what is right, not what is easy. I love you. I love you in truth. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. You are magical. You are powerful. You are a blessing. The energy that took on the assignment of your body. You are a blessing to Gaia, which is Mother Earth. Let's evolve, people. Please. Until next time with Inspirational Minutes with David, I love you. I love you in truth. Peace.